testing is, and the focus on testing and the number of tests that students have to take nowadays and the number of tests that teachers have to administrate, huge controversy surrounding that, of course. And I think one of the interesting things about that question is that it's only about 2 decades old.
So relative, I suppose, to the sort of controversy or the topic, what I feel is that it's overemphasized. I think it is it's a part of a picture that someone can get about a person as a student. But I think that it has become, they are being used in ways that they were never originally intended in their design. So I think the way that they're used, we evaluate schools based on standardized testing. We make sometimes, although this is really, really going away, we make decisions about individual people, like, college entrance.
Yeah.
And that's really going away. Matter of fact, more and more schools are becoming what are called test optional schools. They don't have to. They don't take a standardized test to be able to be part of that. So the short answer is what I would change would be that they are used for their intended purposes, a moment in time assessment of how someone is doing right now, and not sort of this end all and be all that evaluates entire systems. So the short answer is yes, I do think they should, but not alone, not by themselves. And, I need to, full disclosure, I sit on the state ACT council. So I think that one of the things about the ACT as opposed to the SAT is the ACT, relative to its use, it's a curriculum-based test. So if it's used to get a picture of how well a student has obtained the curriculum that's being offered, I think in that regard it's a good tool. But if it's used to say, so because of that, they belong in this college or not. And ACT says that too. ACT says it shouldn't be used alone for that. I think we will look back, historically, we'll look back at this time that we're in right now as the beginning of when the pendulum started to swing back. We have passed that point of excess. There's conversation going on from the presidential level on down. I mean, the president, the federal government and our state government, our own governor. I sat on a task force for our state that talked about the amount of testing that's being done. And I think that we will look back on the fact that this was a time historically when the pendulum started to swing back towards a more moderate position of the use of standardized tests.